here for a little bit. Everybody take a seat, if you have a seat. It is great to see you. Can everybody please give Jody a big round of applause for the introduction? Everybody's a special guest, but we've got a few that I just want to mention. First of all, obviously, you've got one of the finest governors in the country, Texas. My former colleague when he was in the Senate, nobody fights harder for working people than Sherrod Brown. You've got a dynamo pair of members of the House of Representatives who are so committed to their districts and committed to this state. Betty Sutton and Marcy Camper. I have been having just a wonderful time here in town, and your mayor has just been a really nice person. He and I shared a burger over at Smitty's. Give Bill Grace a big round of applause. And somebody who I'm hugely impressed with, because I'm just so impressed with this institution. His leadership obviously has been critical to it. Dr. Ray Church.
Person with your cell phone here.
Am I wrong, Sharon? You know, for 2 years I had the privilege of traveling across this country, and I had a chance to talk to people like you and go to diners and sit in barber shops and hear directly about the challenges that all of you are facing in your lives and the opportunities that you're taking advantage of and all the things that we face together as a nation. And the single hardest thing, people ask me this all the time, the single hardest thing about being president is that it's harder for me to do that nowadays. It's harder to get out of the bubble. I mean, don't get me wrong, the White House is a wonderful place to work. You live above the store, which means I've got a very short commute. I see my daughters before they go to school. I see them at night for dinner, even if I have to go back down to the office. And that makes everything so much better. But the truth is this job's a little confining. And that is frustrating. I can't just go to the barber shop and sit in the diner. I can't always visit people directly. This is part of the reason why I've taken to the practice of reading 10 letters out of the 40,000 that I get every night, just so that I can stay in touch and hear from you. But nothing beats a day where I can make an escape. I break out. And so I appreciate the chance to come here and spend a day. Before I came here, I visited the EMC Precision Machining Plant. I saw the great clean energy job training program here at Lorain County Community College. And I'm obviously thrilled to be able to spend some time with you. I've seen plants close, businesses shut down. I've heard about how the city government here is starting to cut into bone, not just fat. You can't get to work, go buy groceries like you used to because of cuts in the county transit system. And this all comes after one of the toughest decades our middle class has faced in generations. I mean, think about what's happened over the last 10 years, even before the crisis hit. This is a decade where some folks made tons of money. But so many others were just pedaling faster and faster, but they were stuck in the same place, sometimes slipping behind. The average wage, the average income over the last decade, actually flatlined. In some cases went down. That was before the crisis. So for many of you, even as you found your paychecks shrinking, even as after the crisis you found the value of your biggest asset, your home, falling, the cost of everything else has gone up. Cost of groceries, cost of sending your kids to college, cost of retirement. And you've also faced the breakneck, unrelenting climb of costs for your healthcare needs. Now, here's the message I want you to take away. We're going to have a lot of time for questions, but I want to make this absolutely clear. I did not run for president to turn away from these challenges. I didn't run to kick these challenges. Office to rebuild our economy so it works not just for the fortunate few. We are going to keep on working to get this done. With Democrats, I hope with Republicans, anybody who's willing to step up. Because I'm not going to watch more people get crushed by costs or denied care they need by insurance company bureaucrats. I'm not going to have the insurance companies click their heels and watch their stocks skyrocket, because once again there's no control on what they do. So long as I have some breath in me, so long as I have the privilege of serving as your president, I will not stop fighting for you. I will take my life. I won't stop fighting to bring back God's will. I won't stop fighting for the honor of hard-working workers. I won't stop fighting to make sure there's accountability in our financial system. I'm not going to stop fighting until we have jobs for everybody. That's why I'm calling on Congress to pass a jobs bill, to put more Americans to work, building off our Recovery Act, put more Americans back to work, rebuilding roads and railways, provide tax breaks to small businesses for hiring people, offer families incentives to make their homes more energy efficient, saving them money while creating jobs. That's why we enacted initiatives that are beginning to give rise to a clean energy economy. That's part of what's going on at this community college. If we hadn't done anything with the Recovery Act, talk to the people who are building wind turbines and solar panels. They would have told you their industry was about to collapse because credit had completely frozen. And now you're seeing all across Ohio, this state has received more funds than just about anybody in order to build on that clean energy economy, new cutting-edge wind turbines and batteries that are going to be going into energy-efficient cars. Almost $25 million of our investment went to a plant right here in Elyria that's helping produce the car batteries of the future. That's what we're going to keep on doing.